Hi there, this is Åsa with a new process video. Today I'm sharing a layout made with 3 photos from last summer. We were going on a car trip to visit my mom who lives further south in Sweden, and we always make a stop in Old Uppsala. Old Uppsala is a very important historical place for us here in Sweden, and Uppsala was once the capital of Sweden, and here at Old Uppsala there are a couple of very old burial mounds, and they are the largest, not the largest, there's one that's bigger, but among the largest burial mounds of our country, and they are quite impressive, I must say. Scientists have determined that the burial mounds were built in the 6th century, so they are quite old. It's even hard to imagine how old they are. And it's 3 which are really big, and then there are several burial grounds from the same time there. It's a very important archaeological site here, and they have recently been excavating it due to a large traffic rearrangement they are doing there. So they were excavating a lot of the sites there. Very interesting, and it's beautiful. It's a large church there from I think it was built in the 1100s and perhaps ready in the 1240 or something like that. So it's very old, and it's beautiful, and the area there is beautiful. The nature is just perfect to wander about, and it's a nice place to take a rest and get out of the car. And we did that this year as well, and we had a picnic. There are tables there where you can sit and have your picnic, and we had done a lovely basket of goodies, because I think traveling needs food and it needs good food, because you need to have something to look forward to when you make the stops. And we took photos. Of course, I always take photos, and we are in the picture, all of us, and unlike other people, I love to be in photos. That's really strange, I think, but I'm brought up with a mother who cut herself out of photos before she placed them in albums, if she accidentally had gotten into photos. But I don't think that I have ever felt like that, and perhaps I have this feeling that today I won't get any younger than I am today, so I better take a photo. That's kind of my approach to the whole photographing thing. Oh, scrapbooking, yes. I am building this page on a piece of a pattern paper from Studio Calico, and I'm using a cut-apart sheet also from Studio Calico. They are both from the Wanderlust collection, and the cut-apart and pretty much the whole collection has a kind of a travel theme going on, and this has it, of course, with the map and everything. We didn't travel thus far, so we needed the world map, but it's a map. I have cut apart lots of the details and elements from that sheet, and I'm just layering all around the page so that that diagonal striped paper just peeking through where in between the different papers. And I'm inking the edges with some brown ink. I seem to have found an old cat eye ink there, and I don't use them anymore, but of course for this layout I apparently did. These days I use the inking tool with the felt applicator, and then I just pour ink or chalk ink, fluid chalk onto the applicator and use it like that, because I was so disappointed with the cat-eyed chalk and the Prima ones, the blue ones from Ingrid Bolve collection, because I thought they were falling apart on me, and I got crumbles of those applicators all over my projects, and I totally hated that. So these days I do the felt applicator, and I basically take any brown ink I have laying around and just make it wet or nearly wet. I don't want it to be wet, because then I get too much of the effect gets too strong. So a couple of days later it's always the best. Now I'm just adhering everything onto the page, and I'm overlapping a little here and there just to make it into a whole. I don't want things to be disconnected from anything else, so it's overlapping. And now it's time for some cameo work again. I will be making a main title in a script font, and I will be making an offset second title in a regular font, nothing fancy there. And that's what I'm about to share with you now. I have just opened the program, and I'm choosing my text tool, and I'm typing the title that I want to use. I'll come back later and talk about what it says. I am choosing the font when I have the text selected, and then I just press elsewhere on the screen and select everything again, so that I can change the size, and I want it as big as I can possibly get it as on this page. And then I go for option and object and modify and press weld, so that the script font gets into a whole piece. Then I chose the text tool again and type my second title. I select it and choose my font, and this one is a font that came with my computer, so it's nothing that I have downloaded. The previous font I downloaded from dafont.com. And then I go to object and choose offset, and then I press the offset button there and I choose a distance. And if you look at the screen now, something really funny happens. I press a number in that box, and then I press apply, and then I get the outline. This is so cool. I love this effect. And I select everything and I move it to the place where I want it to be, and then it's time to press the cut setting. I choose the cardstock plane and I press send to silhouette, after having adjusted my blade accordingly. And here is the result, after having cut it onto black cardstock. I think that offset is so... it's amazing! That little box where I chose the number, I had carefully chosen that number from before when I did the test run, and you can... it's a little small arrows there, so you can press them until you get it exactly as you want it to be. It's the distance from the outer edge to the text in my case here. It's so fun to work with, and I can imagine just 15 different projects I want to make with this effect. It's so cool. And now I want to make it even more cool. So I want to put another color in those gaps. So I'm placing a yellow paper because I wanted to add some sunshine to this layout. And I'm just tracing with a pen. If you see there, I placed the text upside down, so I won't get pen marks accidentally on my finished project, and I cut around it with my silhouette scissors, and then I just do some final work there. I think I even cut a millimeter within the marks that I have drawn with my pencil, and I'm just testing if it's working. And it was not a lot of work, so I didn't have to cut this on the silhouette. It was made by hand, every day. And then I just glue the black piece onto that yellow piece. And this is totally optional, I must say, but I had all those small dots still on my cutting mat, so I just glue them onto the finished piece there to get the dots or the the dots missing. I use my glue pen to glue down the main title, and the title itself is a quote from a movie, and we have just been watching these movies here together with the kids for the first time, and it's all Swedish movies, or not old, they're from when I was a kid, so they're not ancient, but 20 years or something like that. And it's totally hilarious comedy movies, and the kids are starting to appreciate that kind of movies now, so it's not only cartoons. And it says something like something is planned into the smallest details, and sometimes I feel that, like, when we do something like that, go on a trip, I plan everything into the smallest details, at least when it comes to the packing and those things. I want it planned, and I think that it's a personal mistake, a personal what shall I say, I do really wrong if we forget something that we need. So, for example, if we go to a picnic and we don't have the butter knife, or we don't have the glasses or something like that, I would become so disappointed in myself. So I plan everything so that we got all things that we need. And I don't know if my family appreciate this. I don't even think they notice, because everything is it's always working. No, I think they appreciate it. At least hubby does. Kids don't appreciate those things. But anyway, I'm just kidding with you. I had a couple of smaller like tags at the lower corner there, which I wanted to use for some words and journaling words. Nothing long or no sentences, just words describing what we are doing there. So I use some colorful alpha tiles there from, I guess they're from Simple Stories. I think it's the color, it looks like that, or it's my mind's eye. I have both. And the colors go really well together with those cut aparts that I had placed for a background. It says Fika and Old Uppsala. And then it's Priceless, and I choose a couple of others just to get all the colors in all places of the layout. When I made this layout, I thought it became a bit messy, but now when I'm narrating it and looking at it a couple of weeks later, I think it looks really fun. And those small details with hot pink really makes it pops and brings everything together. One of the cards there in the corner had two potty people and a heart between them, and I added a couple of smaller potty people there in the wood veneers representing the kids so that we got the whole family on that card. And I found a sun or a pickled circle there that I added to the pie charts, and then I'm going to add wood veneer camera at the lower part there, and some more hot pink to give a finishing touch. And it's kind of like irony. I in some way I'm suggesting that everything is planned to the smallest details, and then I write at the lower corner there, life with you, and that's just irony. Here's the finished page, and I'm so happy that you stayed with me through this whole long process video. It's a lot longer than I usually make them, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Come back soon. This is Åsa. Bye!